You have a standard of productivity you refuse to lower, a reputation for being busy that you protect, a wall of tasks you hide behind to avoid the silence. God sees the anxiety underneath the effort. So did Martha. Martha. Her name carries the weight of 1,000 undone things. One misstep, and the honor of her house cracks like dry clay. You know her, not by name, but by rhythm. The clatter of jars in the pre-dawn hush, the quick sweep of a broom across packed earth, the way her shoulders tighten when a guest's shadow falls across the threshold. Bethany. Dust hangs in the air, stirred by sandals and urgency. A road baked white under the sun. Then, movement, figures approaching, robes flapping like wings in the heat. The rabbi comes. With him, 12 men, voices tangled in debate, feet caked with the grime of Galilee's backroads. Honor arrives unannounced. It does not knock. It walks in, thirsty, hungry, expectant. And Martha, she does not hesitate. She becomes motion. Water must be drawn from the well outside the village. The jug heavy, her palms slick against the rope. Each pull burns. The bucket rises, splashing, cold against her ankles. Floors, they must be swept, not just clean, immaculate. Every grain of sand, every speck of ash from last night's fire. The broom whispers across the floor, a constant hush, 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 like a prayer with no words. Her knees press into the earth. She checks the corners, twice. Food. Bread must rise. Lentils soak. Her hands knead dough until the muscles in her forearms tremble. The fire in the hearth spits. Flames lick the bottom of the pot. She stirs. Again. Again. The scent of cumin and garlic thickens the air. Her forehead glistens. A fly lands on her wrist. She does not brush it away. This is not mere work. It is worship written in sweat. In ancient stone homes like hers, hospitality is a covenant. To fail is to shame the family. To disappoint the teacher is to risk more than disapproval. It is to lose face in the eyes of the village, the elders, God. And yet, this pace. We know it. Not in clay jars or donkey paths, but in inbox pings and calendar alerts. The modern world does not ask for bread and water. It demands perfection in pixels and presentations. We, too, measure worth in completed tasks. We, too, wear busyness like armor. Then, stillness. In the corner, near the low table. Mary. She sits, back straight, hands in her lap, her eyes fixed on the rabbi's face. No rush, no fire in her limbs, just listening. The sound of her breath blends with the teacher's voice, low and steady, weaving stories of vines and seeds. Martha glances. Once, then again. Her jaw tightens. The spoon clatters against the pot. The tension is not in the room. It is in her chest. A knot beneath the ribs. She loves this teacher. She wants to serve well. But now, something shifts. The serving no longer flows from joy. It drags, each task a stone in her path. Her breath comes faster. The air feels thick. The rabbi speaks of peace, and her heart races. She moves faster, as if speed could outpace the ache. But the ache grows. It whispers, "Why is she not here? Why does no one see how much I carry?" Resentment. It starts small, a flicker, then it spreads. Not toward Mary, not really. Toward the silence, toward the ease of sitting, toward the unbearable lightness of being seen doing nothing. She is not lazy. She is not proud. She is divided. One part of her soul kneels at the fire, stirring the pot. The other part longs to sit at the feet of the teacher, to let the words wash over her like cool water. And now, here it comes. The question that will not stay buried. When does devotion become distraction? When does the good thing, the necessary thing, become a chain? We are standing in her kitchen, feeling the heat, smelling the bread, hearing the broom. We are not watching a story, we are living it. What happens when the thing that proves your love begins to steal it? The fire crackles. Mary does not move. Martha's hands tremble. The rabbi turns his head and speaks. Stone, cracked, veined with time, the ruins breathe dust with every gust. Not grand temples, no, these are the bones of duty, foundations laid by hands long turned to ash. The weight is not in the rock alone, it lives in the memory of those who built beneath the sun, who swept, who served, who bowed. Martha's breath, shallow, quick, not from labor, but from the unseen load, the expectation carved deeper than any inscription. She knows the law, not written on scrolls, but etched in the silence between her mother's words. Hospitality, no choice. A debt, a vow. To open the door is to open the soul. To refuse is to sever the thread that ties you to the village, to God. The guest is sacred, the teacher holier still. And so she moves, not because she wants to, because she must, because to stop is to unravel. Service, diaconia. The word hums beneath her skin. For women, this is glory. Not prophecy, not teaching, not the voice in the assembly, but the hand that lifts the cup, the feet that carry water, the back that bends. This is how she is seen. This is how she sees herself. Without it, what remains? A hollow room, a name without echo. She kneads the dough, and in the rhythm, she finds proof. I exist. I matter. My worth rises with the bread, but the tasks, they multiply. Polloi, many. Not one meal, but the right meal. Not one clean floor, but every corner scoured. Not one guest, but 12 men, each with a mouth, a bowl, a need. The list breathes, grows, a living thing. Each item spawns 2 more. Water drawn, now must be heated. Bread risen, now must be baked. Lentils soaked, now must be seasoned. And the clockless sun climbs. No end, only more. One thing, hen. The rabbi speaks it. Soft, final, like a key turning in a rusted lock. Yet the world runs on many, on excess, on the belief that more is closer to holy, that full hands mean full favor. But simplicity, how foreign, how dangerous. To sit, to listen, to do nothing but receive. The mind resists. It twists the single thread into a snarl. We complicate because we fear the quiet. Fear that in stillness we might vanish. Scarcity. The ghost in the pantry. What if no one else steps in? What if the fire dies? What if the guest leaves hungry? The village will talk. The elders will frown. God will notice. The burden is not just hers. It is the only one she trusts herself to carry. If I do not, it will not be done. The thought coils around her ribs, squeezes. The ideal, not just clean, but flawless. Not just fed, but feasted. Not just present, but perfect. The image of the home, the host, the woman, polished like a bronze mirror. She chases it, polishes the table until her palms burn, arranges the cushions 3 times, wipes the rim of each cup. The idol stands not in a temple, but in the kitchen, and she worships with blistered hands. The hustle, it steals the now. The scent of cumin fades. The rabbi's voice, once clear, now muffled, distant, like a song heard through walls. Her body is here, her mind elsewhere, planning, calculating, fearing. The moment slips. The guest is present, and she is absent. Not in body, in soul. Mary, sitting, still. The ease of her posture, like water resting in a bowl. No tension, no rush. And Martha's chest tightens. Not anger, not really. Envy, a sharper blade. Why can she rest? Why is she allowed to be light? We scorn those who sit because they mirror our chains. Their peace accuses us. Their stillness says, perhaps you did not need to run. The error, deep, theological. She believes God needs her work, that her service feeds the divine. But the rabbi came to give, not to receive, to speak, not to eat. He does not hunger for bread. He hungers for attention, for presence, for the one thing. Distracted, perispato, pulled, torn, like fabric between two hands. One part of her stirs the pot. One part longs to turn, to face him, to hear. But the pull is too strong, the weight too deep. She is split, not by choice, by design, by a world that rewards motion over stillness.
Output over being. Not the work, never the work. That is good, necessary, holy even. But the worry, the knot beneath the ribs, the breath that won't settle, that is what he names. That is what breaks her. Good things, they twist, they grow teeth. Hospitality becomes obsession. Service becomes slavery. Love becomes labor. The thing meant to connect her to God now separates her from the very one she serves. He came to teach, not to dine. The irony thickens the air. The meal will pass, the words eternal. But she is bent over the pot, missing the feast of wisdom for the feast of lentils. And so she stands, spoon in hand, fire at her back. The moment, full, radiant, alive, slips through her fingers like sand. She is too busy managing the moment to live it. The ruins around her, stone, dust, silence, bear witness. They have seen this before. They remember every woman who forgot to sit, the clatter of copper, a wooden spoon striking the rim of a pot, the hiss of oil in the pan. Outside, the world still sleeps beneath a veil of mist. Inside, the air shivers with motion. Martha's hands move, chopping, stirring, wiping, each gesture sharp, precise, frayed at the edges. Her breath comes in shallow bursts. The firelight flickers across her face, catching the sheen on her brow. One dish done, another begins, and another. The kitchen hums with unfinished tasks, a chorus of demands with no end. Meanwhile, beyond the threshold, silence. Not empty silence, full silence, thick with listening. The rabbi speaks, his voice low, like water moving under ice. Words about the kingdom, about soil and sowing, about hearts that receive. And Mary, kneeling on a worn mat, hands open on her knees, her face turned toward him like a flower to dawn. Her stillness is not laziness. It is posture. It is presence. Then, crack. The breaking point. A bowl slips, hits the floor, shatters. Martha doesn't flinch, doesn't bend. Her chest rises, falls. The noise inside louder than the crash. The weight, no longer just in the tasks, but in the seeing, or not being seen. She stands, wipes her hands on her apron, the cloth rough, stained with turmeric and thyme. Her feet carry her forward, not toward the broom, toward the room where the teacher sits, where the others lean in, eyes fixed, where her sister sits, unmoved, like a stone in a stream. She crosses the threshold, steps into the circle, interrupts. The words spill, sharp, raw. "Lord, do you not care?" Her voice, higher than she meant. It trembles, not with weakness, with the strain of holding too much. She speaks to the rabbi, but her eyes flick to Mary. A glance, quick, burning. The accusation lives in the space between them. "You, do you not see? She has abandoned me, left me alone." The serving, this sacred duty, now a burden with no shoulders but hers. The implication coils in the air. You, teacher, should care. And she, my sister, should act. Then the demand. Tell her to help me. Not a request, a command wrapped in a plea. She tries to pull his authority into her service, to make him the enforcer of her order, to turn grace into obligation. The room stills. Even the fire seems to pause, a breath held. The disciples shift, eyes down. No one interrupts the rabbi, not like this, not ever. The air tightens. Dust hangs in the slant of morning light. He turns, slow. His face, no anger, no rebuke.
only a stillness deeper than the lake at dawn. He looks at her, not through her, into her, and speaks. Martha, Martha. Her name, twice, like a hand reaching into a storm. The double call, soft, weighted, not scolding, summoning, as if calling a child from a dream, as if waking a soul from a long sleep. The sound of it, warm, familiar, a thread pulled from memory. Then the diagnosis. You are anxious and troubled about many things. Not a judgment, a revelation. He names the knot beneath her ribs, the whirl inside her chest, the way her thoughts spin, lentils, bread, water, time, honor, shame, all tangled like wool caught in thorns. He sees the weight not in her hands but in her spirit, the many, polloi, the endless list, the invisible ledger she keeps, each task a debt repaid, each moment unmanaged, a failure. But then, the distinction. One thing is necessary. Not many, not most. One. Hen, singular. The word lands like a stone in still water. Ripples spread. The rabbi does not hunger for food. He offers bread, of a different kind, not baked in ovens, not served on platters, but given in words, in presence, in truth. She prepares a meal that will be forgotten by nightfall. He offers a feast that will outlast the stars. And Mary, she has chosen, not by accident, by choice. The good portion, not better, good. Agathene, noble, worthy, the portion of inheritance, the share of the firstborn. She has taken her place, not at the table, but at the source, at the feet, where wisdom flows, where identity is shaped, where the soul is fed. And the verdict? It will not be taken away from her. Uk aphanisthesetai. Not lost, not revoked, not diminished. Eternal, secure, like a well in the desert, like a name carved in stone. Mary's choice, sealed. Martha's labor, temporary. The food will be eaten, the cups emptied, the floor swept again tomorrow. But the word heard? It remains, it roots, it grows. The moment settles. Martha stands, ladle in hand, the metal cool against her palm. Her fingers tremble, not from anger now, from something deeper. A crack in the foundation. The idol in the kitchen, its surface dimmed. She looks at her sister, still seated, still listening. The peace on her face, not indifference, fullness. And Martha sees, perhaps for the first time, that the worker missed the work. The one who served forgot to receive. The one who gave was starving. Outside, the lake lies flat, a mirror. The sky pours into it, gold, rose, amber. The storm in her chest meets the calm on the water. And for a breath, just one, the wind drops. The ripples fade. The reflection clears. She is seen, not for what she does, but for who she is. And the teacher, still looking, says nothing more. The silence now is not absence. It is gift. It is grace. It is the space where healing begins. Golden light. Low, slanting through olive branches, dust motes rise, spiraling, trembling, caught in the flame of late afternoon. Each speck a spark, each one lit, not by fire but by presence. The air hums, not with sound but with weight, a hush that breathes. This is not just light, it is revelation. The holy flares in the ordinary. In the kitchen's edge, in the shadow of the threshold, where two women stand, one bent, one seated, something eternal leans into time. Agathos meris, the good portion, not earned, inherited, a priest's share. The Levite had no field, no boundary stone, no harvest to gather. His land was the altar, his crop was the voice of God. Mary, kneeling still, open, takes that role, not by blood, by choice. She steps into the holy order. The one who serves stands empty-handed. The one who sits receives the fullness. The cross, a finished thing. No more fire, no more knife, no more lamb. The veil torn, not by hands but by earthquake. The way opened, not by effort, by collapse. Martha moves like the old system. Wood stacked, fire fed, blood shed, again and again. Her hands repeat what cannot satisfy. Her breath short, her eyes darting. The altar must be kept burning. But the lamb has already died. The offering is complete. She does not know it, or will not believe it. She is the temple before the earthquake. Ritual upon ritual, ash on ash, the smoke thick in her throat, the law written in motion, not in heart. Every dish a vow, every spice a plea. Let this be enough. But the old covenant never rests. It demands, it consumes, it leaves the priest hollow, face blackened by soot, hands cracked from blood and water. Mary, her back straight, her palms up, lives in the new. No more climbing, no more striving. The veil is gone. She sits not outside but inside, at the feet, where the word descends, where the Spirit moves. She does not bring, she receives. The covenant is not in her hands, it is in her ears, in her heart, written not in ash, but in flesh.
The one thing, hen, singular, not a task, not a duty, a person, flesh, breath, voice, Jesus. Not the meal, but the mouth, not the service, but the speaker. The many things scatter the soul. The one thing gathers it. Martha's world is fragmentation, lentils, oil, time, honor, shame, all pulling. Mary's world is center, fixed, still, the eye of the storm. He defends the idle, not because idleness is holy, but because being is first. Before the hand moves, the soul must know it is seen. Before the fire is lit, the heart must hear, "You are mine." The kingdom does not reward the frantic, it welcomes the present, the one who stops, the one who listens, the one who dares to be still though the pots boil over. The hustle, a veil, woven from duty, stitched with pride. Martha hides behind the spoon, behind the steam, behind the noise. She fears to stand empty, to be seen as she is, needy, small, trembling. But the gospel strips the veil. It says, "Come as you are, even if your hands are empty, especially then." The cross was not for the strong, it was for the naked. The meal she cooked, fragrant, steaming, golden crust, will vanish, eaten, forgotten. The crumbs swept into dust. But the words Mary heard, spoken in that room, in that light, will outlive stone. They will rise, they will judge, they will save. One feeds the belly for an hour, the other feeds the soul for eternity. Eucharist, hidden in plain sight. Mary feasts, not on bread, but on the bread, not on wine, but on the blood. She consumes the word, she swallows the promise. While Martha bakes, Mary partakes. The true supper is not on the table. It is in the silence between syllables, in the pause after a name is spoken, in the breath before belief. Christ is rest, not after labor, instead of it. The Sabbath was not made for the weary who finish, it is made for the broken who stop. To sit at his feet is to enter the seventh day, to cease, to trust, to let the world spin without your hands holding it. The irony, sharp as a knife, cuts deep. She serves the one who said, "I am the bread of life." She prepares food for the mouth that spoke the world from nothing. She tries to feed the hunger of the one who satisfies all hunger. And in doing so, she turns her back on his voice. She serves the body, but ignores the breath that gives it life. The cross speaks one phrase, 7 words in Greek, 2 in English. It is finished. Tetelestai, the debt erased. The temple curtain split, the priest's work complete. No more need to run, no more need to prove. The portion is given, not earned. Mary takes it. Martha still tries to cook her way in. The dust motes still dance. The light still flares. The world still turns. But in that room, one woman has stepped into eternity. The other still counts the hours.
One has found the inheritance, the other still seeks to deserve it. The sun lowers, the shadows stretch, and the truth burns, quiet and golden. The only thing required is to be here, to be still, to be known, to sit and let the word become flesh in you. You, still, breathing. The weight of the day pooled in your shoulders, a slow seep of fatigue through muscle and bone. The room around you hums with what's left undone. Faint blue glow from the screen, the pulse of a notification, a breath held too long. Outside, the world spins, tires on wet pavement, a distant siren, the creak of a house settling into night. But here, now, the floor beneath you, cool wood or carpet worn thin, holds you. No demand, no judgment, just support. The air moves, not much, a draft along the ankle, a whisper at the nape of your neck. Feel it, the rise of your chest, the pause, the fall. Not forced, not earned, just given. Like moss on stone, unhurried, unashamed. It simply grows where it's fed by stillness. You don't have to tend it, you don't have to prove it. It belongs, just as you do. The list still glows, the messages still stack, the voice inside still murmurs, later. Just finish this. One more thing. But the one thing, already here. Not in the doing, in the being, a presence. Not loud, not urgent, but steady, like roots beneath soil.
Like breath beneath thought, it waits, not with impatience, not with disappointment. It simply is, and it knows your name. Not the one you wear at work, not the one tied to roles or receipts or replies, the one whispered before dawn, the one that needs no title, no defense, no justification. You were seen before you served, known before you knew, held before you reached. The anxiety, the one that knots your gut, that tightens your jaw, that keeps your fingers twitching toward the phone, that's not diligence, it's disguise, a mask worn by fear. It says, more, faster, prove it. But the truth says, enough. You are enough. Not because of what you've done, because of who you are. And that truth doesn't shout, it settles, like dust in sunlight, like leaves on a forest floor, undisturbed, whole. The invitation isn't to collapse, not to escape, but to align. To let your rhythm sync with something deeper than deadlines. To trade the clatter of the kitchen for the quiet of the feet. To sit, not as failure, but as faith. Your worth isn't measured in output, not in replies sent, not in tasks cleared. It's written in the quiet, in the space between breaths, in the moment you choose to close your eyes, though the world insists you keep them open. Jesus still speaks, not to the busy, but to the broken. Not to the flawless, but to the one who stops, who dares to say, I can't, I won't, not right now. He defends that pause, he honors that rest, he calls it holy, not lazy, not wasteful, necessary, like water to soil, like air to flame. The accuser hisses, you're falling behind, but the voice beneath says, you are held. The screen fades, not with noise, not with warning, with a soft dimming, like dusk over trees. And the words remain, not shouted, not carved, but breathed. It will not be taken away from you. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. The moss, the breath, the silence, yours. Rest now. The world can wait.